Hello friends, and welcome back to our ongoing journey of Skyrim modding to completely ruin the original art style. In our previous videos, we dived into the world of Skyrim's armors and weapons, replacing their textures to breathe new life into those time-worn pieces of metal, and we did the same for creatures and nature in the video before that. But today, in the last part of the series, we're setting off on a whole new adventure, one that will first take us into the heart of towns and cities, where the everyday objects and items are in dire need of a makeover. On top of that, we'll overhaul things like statues, shrines, and standing stones. If you have already watched the earlier videos, you already know that we're doing this with the help of Visualize Vanilla, a mod that highlights every texture that's still in its original state. So if you're wondering what these colorful blobs are, they're vanilla textures, and that's what we're eliminating today with mods. With Visualize Vanilla, there are a lot of color blobs everywhere, but the biggest eyesore for me is the smoke. I had no previous complaints about vanilla smoke, but after seeing TB's improved smoke, it was immediately clear to me how unrealistically light and white the vanilla smoke is. With the mod, it's darker and more realistic, and on top of that, looks really good. As it turns out, we still have some plants left unmodded. Don't worry, there's just a couple. With HD Photorealistic Ivy, we can say goodbye to Vanilla Ivy, which looks fake and plastic. Rally's Hanging Moss, on the other hand, recreates the hanging moss, making it look more lush and colorful. If you think it's too colorful, there is also a desaturated version available in the mod files. On the ground floor, the Vanilla Tundra Scrub keeps bugging me, so let's override it with ICFur's Tundra Scrubs version 2, which makes them stand out less from the environment. There are also 3 color options available. Now, I promise, 0 plants in this video from now on. The holds and factions proudly display their sigils on banners. Immersive HD Banners replaces them, making all of them unique and super detailed, with even the fabric looking more realistic. Unique handmade signs Overhaul by ElSopa recreates the store and inn signs by making them look like real people of Skyrim have painted them, and adds a ton of personality to the buildings. You can zoom in and see the artist's brushstrokes and some happy little accidents on the signs. These are simply charming. Before we head inside, we should quickly fix these super blurry training dummies with a neat replacer, which is also created by ElSopa. I haven't mentioned Static Mesh Improvement mod yet, so here we go, overhauling the archery targets of Skyrim, among many other things for the better. I think this mod needs no introduction, and to be honest, should already be in everyone's load order, so let's continue on. Now let's step inside to retexture the house and tavern interiors, and everything we might find from there. The rugs play a big role in making the interiors look detailed, and RUGNAROK achieves this with shining marks. This is a mod I've been using since the very beginning of my modding journey. I can nearly feel the texture of this rug just looking at it. This is a mod that stays in my mod list permanently. Another staple in my mod list is the highly esteemed book covers of Skyrim. It's the ultimate MVP for making each book and journal different with unique covers, and easily makes book collecting turn into book hoarding instead. This is another mod I can't play without. To entertain the patrons of the tavern, the bards must play an instrument of their choice. JS Instruments of Skyrim recreates all 3 instruments, making them look absolutely stunning, and I also suspect that they might sound even better now. Yes, I can hear myself sounding like a broken record, but this table mod has been a staple on my mod list alongside RUGNAROK and book covers of Skyrim. And believe it or not, you're looking at the 1K version. You can also get 2K or even 4K textures for this mod, but as you can see, 1K looks perfectly good as well. I can't stress how impactful this mod is. But BCG, you say, these are tables. Tables, how can they be impactful? But they are! Just look at them! Now shush! Chances are you have seen this exact tankard many times in my previous videos, so Here it is again with all its glorious quality with basic dining set replacer, which also replaces other utensils with high quality detailed textures. Before we proceed with even more mods from this mod creator, we have to fix that cast iron pot for looking so out of place. So much better now. From the same mod author as basic dining set replacer, SD, we have these incredibly beautiful horn candles with added metal decoration. These candles are everywhere in Skyrim, on the tables, on the ceiling, and now they truly stand out on the dimly lit tables of any household or tavern. So atmospheric, I want one for my own home. I highly recommend getting Rudy HQ Miscellaneous SE not only for this beautiful silverware, but also for the insanely detailed pottery with multiple color options. The mod also recreates some really random things such as the pillow, which of course also looks stupidly HD now, and easily the best and most delicious looking apples, tomatoes and potatoes in the modding scene are included in this mod. This one is a 10 out of 10 graphics mod for sure. Continuing with food, we'll replace our cabbages and cheese with rustic cooking, which also retextures the cooking stations and the cooked meat. Now, looking at these apples and cheese together, I'm getting a little bit hungry. Speaking of getting hungry, prepare your taste buds for a treat, because TB's Better Bread is the ultimate bread replacer of Skyrim mods. The Blender animator creates such crazy realistic looking replacers for different objects, and we'll see more of them later. The rest of the food and alchemy ingredients are retextured by High Quality Food and Ingredients SE. The mod includes a ton of different food and ingredient items, as well as the hanging fish, pheasant and rabbits. I think this mod is best suited as a base texture mod for the food item textures, and then you can override it with any other textures you like. Now we're munching our bread and cheese, having a good time, but the thirst is slowly creeping in. Fear not, for the Rustic Clutter collection is here to save the day. This mod tackles the wine and mead bottles in Skyrim, giving them a high definition makeover. Now you can actually read the labels, no more squinting. Cheers to that! You might also notice from the mod title that it doesn't only retexture the alcoholic beverages, but also other kinds of things found in the game as well, such as prisoner cages, strongboxes and safes. Let's step out of the tavern to the heart of the city, the market. There you'll find a delightful bunch of retextured herbs, courtesy of a garlic mod, Cage's Elf's Ear and Cage's Frost Miriam. These mods have sprinkled a touch of magic on the herbs, making them visually more interesting and ready to be tasted. You'll also come across the mead barrels, now enhanced by Rally's Mead Barrels mod. And let's not forget about the display cases, showcasing jewelry or sometimes even weapons. They also get a classic Rally style makeover, not deviating too much from the original but still clearly enhancing the visuals. As demonstrated, Rally has done some heavy lifting with some of the objects around the town, but that's not all. Rally's market stalls gives a finishing touch to the town squares around Skyrim, replacing the textures and meshes for market stalls and cleaning out bugs. There are options for lighter and darker wood color and 2D or 3D trellis, as well as 2K or 4K size textures. Just look at that fabric, it just looks so realistic with the holes and everything. We are on our way out of the city now, but before we go, let's enhance everything relating to crafting. Now, it's one huge ElSopa mods monopoly in the poor Adrian's backyard. We have the workbench, grindstone, smelter and anvil, all created by ElSopa, all in glorious 4K textures. Excessive, you say? Well, we all gotta be a little bit excessive sometimes, and today this is where I choose to channel it. The tanning rack is the crafting station I have probably used the least over the hundreds of hours of playing Skyrim. And yes, playing, not only modding, but I still know a gorgeous tanning rack when I see one. And I see one right here. Just look at those chains. All in all, this mod is a refreshing take on something so mundane. You know those people who were absolutely obsessed with different kinds of rocks as a kid? I mean, I definitely knew my fool's gold back then. Anyway, if you're in any way into rocks or minerals, you'll love metallurgy. It overhauls ingots, ore and veins into having really beautiful and somehow satisfying textures, which make me want to go out and nerd out on rocks again, but instead, I'll do it in Skyrim. The arcane enchanters, the magical tables of enchanting, look amazing as reimagined with Welding Man's enchanting table variants. And what's even better, with base object swapper, you can have different themes of enchanting tables around Skyrim to add some more character into the world. Don't miss out on this one, this mod is a gem. We must show some love for our alchemy tables as well. With WizKid Alchemy Table, the tables get a clean makeover and I'll just say, they look super pretty. But if you want something more vanilla-esque, you might like higher poly vanilla alchemy stations, which replaces the mesh with a high poly one and adds some clutter on the tables, which can be used together with base object swapper for variants. Not sure which I like more, so I decided to include both in this video, so let me know your thoughts. I didn't realize how much the potions of Skyrim needed modding until I first tried out Potions Redone. The vanilla potions all look similar, so the way this mod makes the potions and poisons have a lot of variety between them feels so refreshing. The bottles themselves look fancy, magical and gorgeous with the optional ENB light. Before we continue onto the category of outdoors, I would like to announce that I have launched a Patreon where I'm regularly posting extra content such as updates on video progressions, editor's cuts, high quality screenshots and more. I have also publicly posted my mod list and a next video topic poll on there, so please go check them out and vote on the poll. So if you're interested in supporting the channel beyond watching and commenting, which I of course always appreciate, head on over to Patreon, links in the description box. Okay, let's continue on. Now let's enhance all sorts of things we can find in the great outdoors of Skyrim. As a continuation of the hand-painted inn and store signs, ElSopa's unique hand-painted road signs breathes new life into the road signs by making them look painted and beautifully imperfect. All the praise I gave to the earlier mod also applies to this one for the same reasons, mostly by adding more personality into the game. The stone walls are a sight for sore eyes when enhanced with Nordic stone walls. Now the walls look fantastic and very 3D and realistic. Of all the mods in this video, this mod is one of my absolute favorites because it makes such a big difference. In smaller towns and villages such as Riverwood, these farmhouse fences are a common sight. With SD's Farmhouse Fences SE, they get a new look, which fits well in the environment. There is also a desaturated version available, as some might feel the fences stick out too much with the original color. Small Nordic Tent Replacer replaces the tents of Skyrim with a completely new model and textures, making them considerably different. For this reason, it might be a hit or miss for you, but I really enjoy the Scandinavian style design. In the optional files, there is Rally's version of the tents, which makes them less pristine looking, which might be a better fit for some. I'll also replace this Noble Skyrim bedroll with Fur Bedroll by Haladon. I'm still waiting for someone to make shell textures for the bedroll to make it furry and comfy. Let's take a moment to look at these magical stone monuments. The stones are quite the landmarks, so it's essential to enhance them. Rudy HQ Standing Stones enhances the mysterious stones' appearance by making them, of course, more high definition but also grittier in a way, which fits well in the rough environment of Skyrim. The province has a rich history and lore, and the statues are a physical reminder of that. The Talos statue gets renewed by ElSopa's Talos HD, making it more detailed and high quality while giving it small aesthetic changes. Praise Talos. We'll retexture the other statues with Remirose's Statues HD. In my opinion, these are the best statue replacers that are out there. They're vanilla friendly and purely focused on enhancing the existing statue designs. Clavicus Vile's statue especially stands out from the rest for me, but now all of them look way better than in vanilla. John Skyrim has been consistently creating gorgeous textures for many things, and JS Shrines of the Divines SE is just another masterpiece in the bunch. These renewed shrines are true works of art. Now you can take a break from dragon slaying and admire the beautiful and detailed shrines while getting a blessing from a Skyrim Divine. I can't recommend this mod enough. Now it's finally time for our last section, valuables and containers. This section covers everything from the basics like gold and chests to the more intriguing items like gems and dragon claws. We'll begin with the less exciting ones and save the best for last. And we'll end the video and the series so far with all the dazzling valuables, so don't run away just yet. The knapsack goes under an ultimate makeover with JS knapsacks. What a satisfying comparison between the vanilla and modded. This sort of comparison is why I'm doing any of these videos. That texture looks so touchable and real, somehow like delicious. The Blender animator has created completely new models for the many loot chests of Skyrim, and they look gorgeous. I don't think I've ever seen a mod that changes the chests like this, so it's nice to lay my eyes on something else for a change. The mod replaces large ruin, noble and common chests all across the game, and textures are available from 2K optimized to even 8K. Now the rest is all valuables, my friends. JS purses and septims overhauls the gold coins as well as coin purses, making them look insanely detailed, beautiful and worth their worth, you know. Even the gold piles are included in this mod, so you can feel like Scrooge McDuck when coming across them and collecting all you can carry. Tomb raiding at its best. It is such a tedious quest to collect all the unusual gems, and the crown you get out of it is neat at best and can't even be worn. With JS Baranzaya SE, the stones of Baranzaya and the crown of Baranzaya are remade into exquisite and beautiful versions of the vanilla jewelry, and they look incredible. And that's not all, the mod allows you to craft a wearable version of the crown for you to show off. Now, on what occasion does one wear this? Let me know. I wasn't sure if soul gems belonged in the crafting section or in the valuables, but I figured they're valuable anyway, so here we are. With rustic soul gems combined with Rudy HQ's more lights for ENB soul gems, we'll have beautiful soul gems which have a light source to glow mysteriously. I really like making them light up, makes them easier to spot, and it feels lore friendly to me. I'll invite you to my Eleonora's Breeze Home collections room. John Skyrim, of course, also overhauls the dragon claws of Skyrim, making them all pretty and shiny, now very much worth collecting and putting on a shelf after you come back from dungeon dwelling and don't need the claw anymore. The Dragon Priest masks are also another fun thing to collect in this game, and even more so when the masks are enhanced with Apophysis Dragon Priest Masks SE. The mod makes the masks unique and different from each other in more ways than just the color. And in the privacy of my own home, I might try these on sometime to feel cool. I just hope no one walks in while I'm doing that. The many amulets of Skyrim get enhanced by ElSopa's glorious HD Amulets SE, making as many as 27 amulets in the game more intricate and sophisticated. For example, look at the amulet of Dibella's leaf decoration, so dainty and pretty. But I think my favorite of the bunch must be Stendar's amulet, it looks kinda badass. So I hope I kept you entertained here while showing you the least interesting footage of a virtual kitchen's tableware. This series of videos was fun to make and I wanted to make them for a long time, so now that we're done, I'm quite happy and satisfied, but truthfully also done with textures. If you want to have input on my next video, go cast your vote on the public poll on my Patreon. Link for that can be found in the description box below, as well as all the mods featured here today. Thanks for watching and remember to subscribe for more Skyrim mod videos. See ya!